Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, many thanks to the organizers of this interesting meeting, conference, and thank you very much for having me. I'm going to talk about the relationship between fallacy systems and the tourism sector, and how we can use fallacy system in the development, sustainable development of tourism. Okay, now I wanted to talk about the general mechanism and hydraulic characteristics of fallacy system and different types of fallacy system in Oman. But actually this is a repetition, and so because in the past presentations other speakers talked about this system and the hydraulic conditions and characteristics of fallacy system. So we skip this slide and we go directly to the point. And so we want to talk about how we can use fallacy system in the tourism sector and the development, sustainable development of tourism in Oman. But before that, we should know about the historical and cultural values of fallacy system and how we can make use of those values in the development of tourism. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the historical and cultural values of Falaj in Oman. As you know, Falaj system, you can say that the cultural and historical evolution of this country took place in the context of Falaj system. And so we go to this slide. We know that in the Bronze Age, the first types of fallacy system came into existence in northern Oman, and according to the archaeologists, in some archaeological places they found the vestiges and remains of the fallacy system. I mean the primitive types of fallacy system, more than 2,000 years before Christ. I mean sometimes 2,500 years before Christ. And so the primitive form of Falaj was cut and covered tunnels. It means that they dug Falaj tunnel, and after that they covered it in order to get access to groundwater. And actually, according to some studies, the emergence of Falaj system in Oman was the reflection of climate change in this country. And actually, the Omani people invented Falaj system in order to enhance their adaptation to the climate change, because you know the precipitation, the rainfall was on the decline, and actually they used this technology in order to get access to the groundwater level going down. And at the end of Bronze Age, we have a hiatus, I mean a pause in the use of Falaj system for around, if I'm not mistaken, for around 700, 800 years. You don't find any trace of Falaj system and using this technology. And some scholars believe that maybe this is because of the rapid pace of climate change at the end of the Bronze Age. But again, in the Iron Age, this technology returned to this country, returned to Oman, and actually you can find plenty of Falaj system in a more advanced shape, in the more advanced the situation. And so this time they invented some techniques to dig deeper Falaj in order to have access to the deeper groundwater. And the Eddi Falaj actually is associated with this period. Okay, but the value of Falaj system is not limited to its history. Here in Oman, we can talk about a special social order or socio-economic structures associated with the characteristics of Falaj system. So we know that the rural communities are mostly tribal across northern Oman, and this is a common perception of tribalism, that tribalism is based on two main factors, soil and blood, or territory or kinship system. But in Oman, you can see that we have a different type of tribalism, and this tribalism is not only based on kinship and territory, but also on water. So we have three main elements underlying the underlying tribalism in northern Oman: soil, blood, and water. So we can see, this is the Doran al-Falag, and water should be divided among the shareholders based on time, and so they have to take turns getting their water and irrigating the lands. And actually, you can see that each they belong to some tribes. It means that different tribes, 13 tribes, are looking only in one territory, in one locality, and actually they are cooperating with each other on the same irrigation cycle, and so with no actually conflict. And actually water played a very crucial role in their socio-economic system, such that they could live in harmony with each other. So this is one of the most important values, cultural values of Falaj system, and we can focus on this for the tourism sector. But unfortunately, many Falaj systems in northern Oman fell victim to the modern development through two processes. The first one, actually over-exploitation of groundwater through tube wells, and because of the drawdown and depletion of groundwater, so we lost many of them, and also because of the rapid urbanization in northern Oman. Why rapid urbanization? And actually rapid urbanization played a crucial role, played a very important role in the annihilation of many Aflash systems in northern Oman. Falaj system, in the first place, is an irrigation technique, and actually most of the water, more than 90% of the water coming out of the Falaj gallery is allocated to the cultivated lands. They use this water to irrigate their orchards and croplands. Okay, with the urban sprawl, a very big part, much of the cultivated lands were turned into urbanized area, and so the Falaj system lost its traditional function. And because of that, of course, when you have a technique or you have a tool, and so you cannot use it anymore, of course you forget about this. And so those Falaj systems lost its their traditional function and sank into oblivion. And now we can use tourism actually as a technique or as a solution to revive them and renovate them. Okay, maybe, this is a very important question. Is it still possible to use Aflash system again for irrigation? In many places, no, because most of those lands have been allocated and have been transformed into urbanized areas, and we cannot use the water of Aflash system for agricultural purposes. But at at least we can use this water for other purposes to return its function to the valley system, but in another way. For example, tourism can appear as a remedy. We can use many valley systems for the tourism purposes, and in this case, the owners of the valley system, you know, they feel that this technology can be beneficial to them if they take care of them, and so the enhancing the economic efficiency of valley system through tourism sector can be a remedy and can be a solution to maintain them. Okay. And actually, so this is the second question. How do the valley systems contribute to cultural tourism? First of all, we should know what is cultural tourism. You know, valley system can be a part of our cultural tourism in Oman. And according to many scholars, cultural tourism is a form of tourism that relies on a destination's cultural heritage assets and transforms them into products that can be consumed by tourists. Okay, there are some criticism about this, and some scholars say that, okay, this is the commodification of culture or something like that. But actually, you know, to be honest, this kind of tourism can revive the valley system, because valley system, we can say that almost, at least in the urban area, in the urban Omani urban area, everything we see on the landscape is the cultural landscape of valley system. Everything. I mean, even the layout of the city or town or the village, the urban layout, the organization of cultivated lands, the orchards, the croplands, and even the hinterlands, socio-economic hinterlands of the valley system. And whatever you see in the landscape has something to do with the valley system, its water management systems, and so on. And that is why when we take the tourists to the urban areas, at least urban areas of the Omani villages, of the, you know, Omani land, now you're talking about the valley systems in some ways. And so we can use this cultural landscape for the development of tourism by, as you see in this definition, by transforming those cultural elements into products. Okay, now, yes, now this is my conclusion. Okay, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that there is a mutual, there can be a mutual relationship between the valley system and the tourism sector, because we have our valley systems, unfortunately, not in a good situation, and many of them are dying out one after another because of the groundwater depletion, and mostly because of intensive urbanization in different parts of northern Oman. And so here, the main reason is the lack of economic motivation, because in the past most of this water was used in agricultural production, but nowadays the owners cannot use this water for agricultural production anymore, because most of the lands have been urbanized. And what is the solution? We should think about other usages, other application of this water, and we can use the water of those aflash systems for tourism purposes. Okay, so here tourism can be a remedy to those dying aflash systems, but on the other hand, hand, the Falej system can contribute to a sustainable tourism or responsible tourism, a tourism that can contribute to the development of local people and urban rural areas. And so this is a mutual relationship. Tourism contribute to the maintenance of aflaج system, and aflaج system can contribute to the development of sustainable tourism. Thank you very much.